How you doing? This is Dan Land Pro. Our tutorial for today is how to use share screen in Wirecast Pro. So you see us use share screen in other forms like Zoom and StreamYard and other platforms. We're going to show you how it's done in Wirecast Pro. And it's a pretty simple process. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are in Wirecast, and it's a real simple process. So just say that I want to share a screen, or I want to share a website here in Wirecast, and I want to use it as my background. What I do is hit this little plus sign right here. Depending on what level I want to put it on, I'm going to find network. And as you see, I already got a number of web pages that I use. So I use 5, 6, or 7. So you can make a new web page, and what you would do with your new web page is you will put in a web address into your new page. So you just hit add, and right here you see now we have Wirecast actual videos in the background. So now if you look right here in this area here, if you look down, you see right down here where it has that actual address inside of the web page. So now I can use that as a background. So what I would do is go right here, I would hit here, and then I would scale that up. So now you see I got it taken up full screen, and then I can use that as my background. You see now it's my background in my live, and I can go here and I can put a nice little blur on it if I wanted to just use it as some background motion and just want to have it a little blur. So I can blur it, see how I blur it just to get a little depth of field in it. So now it's blurry. Now, what you saw me do with the other ones is, just say we go back down here. I'm gonna go to the plus. Now these are web pages that I already use. So as you see web page 8, that's the one I just gave, and we can give them names, but I'm gonna go back to web page 3, and I'm gonna add that. So as you see, that's a web page that I already have, Webmaster Dan. So what we're gonna do is bring that up, and now we have Webmaster Dan as our background. Now, it's pretty simple. So that's like your share screen in here. So now if I want to put a blur on there, I can put a little slight blur on there. But in this case, I don't want to put a blur on here because I want you to see the web page. So I can leave myself on here talking about the web page, or we can go and we can scale ourselves down. Just say I was doing a tutorial. I could scale myself down. I can move myself anywhere on the page where I feel I'm out of way. And then I can go into another program. As you see, I scaled myself down. Now, what I can do is go into the actual web page. So if I go back here and I go here back into my parameters for that particular page, you see where it says interaction, it says always, it says never. So if I didn't want to be able to control this from inside of Wirecast, I would click never in this area right here. But I want it to always be. So or I can have it on double click. When I double click, then I get control over it. So those are the 3 parameters that they give you. So I have mine on always. So when my web page is in the background, you will see that I can now control that web page from inside of my program. So if I want to use that web page, I can control that web page from inside of the program. So actually in Wirecast, I can share the screen and share that web page inside the program. Everything that's active, you see community. If I click on this, it'll take me to these videos. You see, it still gives me control of that web page inside of Wirecast Pro. So these are the things that makes it a little different from some of the basic programs that we see as far as live streaming, like Zoom and StreamYard. Even though they're all good for share screen, when you really want to get into, say you're having a meeting and you really want to get into design operations with your clients or your client, then they can see you control things from here. Now I can play these, but they have sound on them, and sometimes sound is a problem when you're doing social media. But at the same time, when we're doing something serious as far as me having interaction with my clients remote, then we can do some operations with share screen. And I can use these screens in different ways. I can scale them up, I can scale them down, I can put them side by side. It doesn't matter how I want to present it, however I want to design the interaction. I just want to show you how you can have these interactions inside of Wirecast, and you can control these websites based on whatever it is. So now, you see when I switch to this particular website, the parameter here that I told you about earlier is on never. So I can't control it until I click always. Now when I click always, now I can control that website. So it doesn't matter what it is, that's how you would use your share screen in Wirecast Pro. Now they have other parameters in here that I can use. So just like I use this network or web page, this network, I can do screen capture the same as I do screen capture with anything else. And then we can capture screens. As you see, I can capture the actual web program that I'm in. So I'm actually capturing Wirecast, and then I can do whatever I'm gonna do inside of Wirecast, and you can see everything that I do. Or I can actually take myself off screen, do a tutorial on it like you see me doing now, if I want to use Wirecast as my primary screen for doing this tutorial. So it's a number of things. So just like I just showed you, one parameter is if I want to capture screen, another parameter is if I want to network and bring a different type of program into Wirecast. So network, you see network give me, if I want to have an online session with a client, I get a number of people that I can bring on just like other live streaming programs. And then if I want to bring a web page on or web stream on, I would go to network, and then I will put my address in those parameters I showed you earlier, and then you can see how we operate. Same thing with screen capture. I can do remote desktop presenter or any other things that I might have hooked up as far as my screen capture, and then whatever programs that I have available. So if I was in one of my editing programs, I can bring those programs up into screen capture as well. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so there you have it. That's how you share screen in Wirecast Pro. And you see it's a little bit different than, say, Zoom or StreamYard, but basically everything is pretty much the same. And that's pretty much it. I'm Dan Land Pro. Don't forget, youtube.com. Video for Steppers, Webmaster Dan, or Dan Land Pro. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button so you can get notification when we post our tutorials and upcoming videos. Till next time, peace.